But so I felt great. That was very nice
Yeah.
being able to beat him.
Oh, for sure. And like it was a very like it was a commanding set too. Like you won
Yeah.
3-1. Like it wasn't the games were close, but it was never like I feel
I
like
mean, I felt like I should have won game two as well. I've kind of choked it away, so I feel like it, for me it felt very very convincing
oh
for sure.
yeah, I would say that like on the neutral and your counter pick stages, it never looked like he was going to win. Like
Yeah, especially oh my god, FD just feels so good.
you just
I
ran him
haven't
over.
been picking it. Yeah. And I've been picking like Yoshi's versus him, and he I know that it's not a great Falcon stage, but he does way better there than like FD. And I'm letting him go to PS now. Because PS feels most like FD.
Yeah. No, you look like you're taking way more like you're being a lot bolder with your counter pick choices. It looks like you're like testing things out more. Everything looks like we're firing off on all cylinders. So like that's amazing. So I kind of wanted to pass it to you like when we've been working on the last big thing that we were working on is kind of understanding the physical limitations of where the opponents like what the opponent can and can't do with their input.
Hmm.
um and I just wanted to ask like um how have you been finding exploring that concept? I know that you said that like um how would I put this? So it's like you've said that you've always viewed your opponent as like a big block of ideas being executed,
Yeah.
but now it's like you're starting to understand it's actually a person who's holding a direction, pressing a button, their body is
Hmm.
doing something that is making this possible. So
Yeah.
my question here is so since you started working on that, I know you said that like you're finding that you're acting faster, you're reacting
Yeah.
better. What other like what benefits have you noticed in addition to that, or can you expand on that? And what things are still not clicking, or what questions have arisen because of that? I
Well,
guess.
I feel like just in general of my play, I feel like my ceiling is so much higher, but my floor is like not great. Like
Mm-hmm.
how I expect like with some players like it's way easier that I get blown up, but it's also way easier that I blow someone up. Like I sometimes I can channel this like immense power, so to speak. Like I can just destroy people, good players. But then sometimes I just get owned. Which usually normally it would be like more, you know, more the less deviation from the mean. You could say it
Okay,
that way.
there's more variance.
Yeah, there's more variance.
Okay. And I guess that at the tournament that you won, you got to experience more of the high end of that
Yeah.
variance. But like there are also tournaments where you probably played and you're like, this is just like everything is just not working out.
Tournaments and especially just like in sessions, just getting destroyed by people.
Okay.
Uh
Do you have any
and I
games
think
of
it's
those?
sure. I can find some. Let me see here.
Sure. So
Hmm.
while you're pulling that up, I just want to confirm. So we're seeing that your ceiling is way higher.
Yeah.
Ceiling is way higher. We're really happy about that, but also the floor feels shakier. It's not as
Yeah.
sturdy as it used to be. Um, One thing I would be curious to know, do
Hmm.
you think that this is just like, do you think this is a uniquely tough like, do you think that this is a uniquely weak area of your game, or like do you think that this is something that can fix itself on its own, or do you think that this is something that like because we are learning we're learning to look at the game differently, I guess is the way I'd is
Yeah.
so because of that there's kind of like going to be ups and downs that come from that. Do you think that
Yeah.
this is larger than what you'd expect there, or do you think it's just like the normal ups and downs that you'd expect with learning a new strategy or
I
discipline?
think it might be normal ups and downs. It's just something I noticed that the variance. It might be that it's just such a massive concept for me to, or like it's such an important concept for me to learn that, or like is changing my gameplay in a way that like you
Mm-hmm.
know
Sure.
where I might get a bit too absorbed in it, like forget playing normally, so to speak.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I so in this match, what I'd say here is okay. So we've got Marth just kind of doing his things. And what do you remember what was going through your head during these sequences? Like what was going on?
Uh, I was mostly feeling like Marth was doing Marth things.
Yeah, that's kind of
Which
where I'm
is,
at too. Like, there's nothing that he's
yeah,
really done that looks like especially difficult to deal with. It's just that, like, you know, he won the DI mix up in the corner.
yeah.
Like, he got this, he got this. I think that actually with how the DI was here, he just kills us here no matter what we do.
I think, I'm not sure. I think you can no DI it, to make it really hard at least. But
Oh,
it's
so
still
I'm thinking
no
that.
DI on the fair.
So what I think what I think you do is the Marth. You shuffle this fair. You don't do the
Yeah.
like you do it like while falling. So then
But
if
with
you
this fair, he does. If I no DI it, I'm out.
yeah
I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm not like he still has me in the air, but
yeah
he can't immediately hit me.
right.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is like once we DI'd the up tilt, once we had the DI on the up tilt like that, that's when we were kind of in trouble.
Yeah, you're right.
Because like what I'm thinking here is what he can do to like make this like basically impossible to deal with is he just shuffles the fair here.
Yeah.
Like single fair pushes down because then you either pop up directly above him and he tippers you, or you go off stage somewhere like anywhere in this area and he spikes you. So like him doing this fair like this, yeah, you could like no DI it or even DI it more in to try to like go above him, but like I feel like no matter what happens here, it's just like that only is possible.
It's a bad situation from the get-go.
It's only
from the up tilt.
Yeah, the only reason we have escapes there is because the way he did the fair is bad.
Yeah.
Good escape on the up tilt though.
Thank you. But I still just get it. Just picks it up and then just keep getting.
Is this person good? Like this person looks like they were good.
He's pretty good, but it doesn't feel like he should be beating me this hard. I don't think he's that good. You know what I'm saying?
Like you'd be above him on the ranking, right?
I don't know. I don't think so, but we'd be pretty close. It's not like he's, you know, a player that's exceptionally above me.
I mean,
but like Europe-wise, he's probably a few spots above, but not to the point where he beats me like this, you know.
I mean, it's
this
also
is reserved for the actual good players.
I mean, like, to be fair, this is also Marth Fox. It's one of the most, like, volatile matchups in the game. And I know that's kind of, like, that's settled so much it's kind of a meme. Like, is it possible that we just, like, did some silly plays in a friend? Like, this is a friendly, right?
Yeah.
This isn't, like, okay. So is it possible we just did some silly plays and then, like, Marth blew us up? Because he was trying hard and, like, not doing silly plays? And we were?
Yeah, I mean, there's a point to that. It's just feeling like I'm getting more of these games lately than I used to. It's more the general thing that I'm getting, like, blown up. And I think it might just be that I'm not focusing as much on, like...
winning?
The actual match, that as much as, like, the concepts or, like, certain situations, trying to play certain situations. Which, I mean, it's good for my improvement.
I mean, like, here's my question. So, like, would you say that these games happen in tournament though?
No, I think I had like one of them in the whole tournament.
Okay.
In winners finals, where I had a game that I just felt like just slipped. Like I just lost. You know, I just lost not pretty badly.
Also, I also want to point out, we got him to 2 stocks. Like, he's probably going to 2-stock low percent us, which is, like, not, like, a close game. But it's also not like we got, like, 4-stocked at, like, 2%
No, you're right. You're right.
Like, this is not this is not nearly as bad as, like, we made it out to be. Like...
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Just felt that bad.
Yeah, but we can't do anything about a game that feels bad, you know? Like, if it wasn't actually that... to me, this is like, especially on a friendly, I don't think that these kinds of games are worth like stressing about. If you're trying if you're trying really hard, or like if this is like a play for performance kind of like practice session where you're just trying to like push your win rate and like do, you know, refine the strategies in the way that you would play them in a tournament setting, then that's one thing. But like, this is clearly not what's going on here to me, because like there's certain plays here that you're like that we're going for that we know better than this, like. Yeah. So this one is like fine, is pretty forgivable, but like the opening stock, like we're trying to like crouch cancel into shield for some reason versus Marth. Like we're CC shielding, we're getting right back in there, we're holding a block input, then we're moving out of it instead of using our shield on the fair. We get hit by this out of the air. I'm assuming that meant you wanted to jump out of the full hop. Yeah. Yeah, like we know better than this. To me, this is just a bunch of shield interactions that didn't, like a bunch of shield, crouch, and like clank interactions that didn't go our way, and then we happened to die for it. But like, yeah. I mean, I also kind of know that you would probably play more grounded in a tournament set, because I've seen what you look like in tournament sets in that spot. It's usually you use your wave dash more, you use your roll more, you're more willing to spot dodge, you're more willing to crouch cancel. Like the full hopping around an airborne Marth when he's already got like a short up fair off, like short up rising fair off, so you know the second one's probably coming. Like, you know better than that, and I know you know better than that. So, and then what happened here? Yeah. So then we just get comboed for like 100 damage for no like. So. I just tried to hit him dashing into me with shine, and then I just got grabbed there. Yeah, we like jumped in front of Marth's shield from the cross-up position. Like, we were behind him, we had the good offensive position. We had the advantage, and then we just jumped. Yeah, like, and then we took 100 damage because he doesn't drop the combo. Or he does, he does, but then we don't, like, respond right. And he does again, and then we just... I think you're right. I can think of one other game where we're in Grands. Game 1, I got, like, 3 stock destroyed. But, then I won the last game, the 3 next games. So, I mean, I think it's fine. I just feel like, I think some of it might just be like I'm using more of my brain when I play, so it's more like tiresome. So I get like, you know, zoned out a little bit. That might be something as well. Yeah, like that jab. We know better than that. Yeah. I would say, like, was this a session? Was this a game you played like somewhat deep into the session? Yeah, and it was pretty late as well. So. Okay. So I think this might just be a case of, yes, you are like, so first of all, yes, I think that you're probably being too hard on yourself. Yeah. Like, I can't know that for sure, but like from what you're describing, I think that if we've identified that, like we've identified that you were not in like the best of conditions when you were playing. On top of that, we also kind of confirmed that like it's happening game 1 of Grands. Like game 1 of Grands is when it's happening, as well as winners finals, so it's like pretty late into the tournament. It's not like this is happening in like, you know, winners quarters or something like that. And it's also like, I feel like game 1 of Grands, let me ask you, were you warming up before you played Grands? No. Okay, so we're also eating. Okay, so we're also doing this on no warm up. Like, I think that what we might want to be, in addition to like what you've observed about being more aware of what's going on when you're playing, I think this also might be a case of we're just like playing some of these sets when it's late and not warmed up. Like, if we're not being aware of the conditional factors that are going into our performance, then it's really like we're not really giving ourselves like a fair shake. You know what I mean? Like, we're just it's not like, where's Grands? Grands is a little bit later. This is losers semis, okay? Yep. So then that's losers finals, and then yeah. Okay, cool. And this is like the first game on Yoshi's Story, right? Okay. So let's take a look at this together. But like I'm just gonna go 1x speed because I don't think there's gonna be too much here. But the point I'm trying to make here is, you mentioned that you're like, you know, you're going into this without a warm-up, you've just like you're going into this without a warm-up. It's grand final, so it's late in the day. Like, all things considered, I think that if we're not being mindful of that, you know, how reasonable is it that we like play to our very best if we're like not giving ourselves our best conditions, you know?
Yeah.
Did you even do a hand warmer?
No.
Rich.
I mean, I don't know. I've had like. This is gonna sound stupid, okay?
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I've heard it all.
But I've had a lot of situations where I feel like warming up too much or like going into sets like thinking way too much about the set beforehand just makes me play nervous and more badly. And then so when I go into something like raw, my slate is more clean. I should probably have done a hand warmer at the start of the game or like just can you just like hand warmer a little bit? Should have probably done that, but I think like playing way too much before a set just kind of I don't like it.
No, that all makes sense. I've heard of that. I've heard that story like 8 million times. So what you're saying there in no way sounds bad because like the idea is that the idea, like I've never looked ahead in the bracket and found that like I played better because I looked ahead in the bracket. You know what I mean? Like I find that when I start thinking about the set that comes after the one I'm playing, that's when I start to play like terribly.
Yeah.
At the same time, I think that there's also a balance because we need to also be giving ourselves the right conditions so that we are playing like that we're playing our best. I think that there's a point at which there's like a happy medium because going in with no warm-up whatsoever, that is a problem, I think, in my humble opinion, because if we're going in with like without even like spending a minute to like get our hands warm, then we wind up getting overwhelmed by Falco and stuff like that. Or like we miss L cancels into Marth or Ice Climbers or whatever, and then we're unhappy. But at the same time, you know, if we're like, he basically just played Solitaire. Like we didn't really get to like fight back all that much. But then from that, which is basically your warm up, then you play like way better in the rest of the set. That's what I recall. And what I'm just trying to suggest is if it only took like, because that was like what, a 2-minute game, like a 2.5-minute game, and we only played for like a minute and 30 of it because the rest was just DIing. Like, if that's the case, then we only need, like, taking the 1-minute warm up that we're entitled to is not the end of the world. And I think that like it's still, you can still eat and like play not play tons of games or play at all really while you're waiting for the set. But it's just like it's a minute.
Yeah.
It's a minute to prepare. Like, you look so much smoother in this game. You see what I mean? And all that is like it's a minute and a half of warm up. That's the difference maker.
Just got to move my character a little bit.
Yeah. Because remember, he's also coming in hot. Like if you're in grand finals, you just beat somebody who won losers finals, right? Yeah. So they're fully warmed up. You aren't. And you know what? Some players still refuse to like warm up because of their process, and if that's what you wind up doing, that's a-okay. But I really would recommend like something I was telling Mar about, and I don't know if you know who he is, but he's like a Marth player from my region who's getting good.
Mar, M-A-H-E-R.
Yep, that's him. So like something I was telling him the other day was just like, if you standardize your tournament ritual, like what you do before each set, and it kind of gets us into the right frame, like it kind of like helps standardize the frame of like the frame of reference we have to play. And I think that like the hand warmer, like having the 1 minute for hand warmer is a very universal thing that we can do that just like adds a lot of consistency. And I think it makes a lot of sense for us to like take advantage of that because it's one of the few things that most tournament rules basically agree that we should have. And the other thing that's good about it is it's only a minute. So because you're right, we don't want to spend too much time, but yeah. Like we don't want to spend too much time, but we don't want to spend no time warming up. So, do you think that's something that you'd be down to try going into your next
Yeah.
like? Okay, cool. Yeah, because this looks so much better. Like even already, even with your on def, even with him starting ahead in this game, like your defense looks better. Like you're where you're choosing to go, low, how you're DIing his hits. Yeah, like all of that was much better than the first game in terms of defense because there wasn't an easy opportunity for him to spike you other than that first one. And then he choked, I guess, because of nerves. But like, yeah, now you're just all over him. Well, he's kind of doing his thing. I can see why he's tough for you though. Like, would you say that he's tough, or would you say that like I know that Spartat is like harder, but like, how hard would this guy be for you?
It depends. Sometimes I just 3-0 him. Sometimes he's gotten harder because he's started to actively practice. I'd say he's pretty hard. He's probably like top 3. Like he is probably the second hardest of the players that go to in my region, but I think like he's not too bad.
Okay.
Him or there's a local peach main.
Really?
Whittle.
Oh, Whittle.
Yeah, you probably know Whittle.
I think I played him in Cruise, and like I played him in tournament, but like it was back when like PAL was like a different game and stuff, and like so he was not he's unfortunately one of the floaty players who just did not know what Sheik was because of that.
Yeah, that happened. That'll happen.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize he was still playing. He was always sick.
Yeah, he's active. I'm I'm better than him at this point, but he's still like always like takes me to game 5. He's scary, and he does beat me quite regularly, so he's.
Oh, do you have?
I think he's a good player.
Okay. Would you like to look at the Peach matchup perchance?
I don't have any VODs with him.
Do you have any Peach matchup?
I have Sharp. I have VODs for Sharp. Sure.
Sharp? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't we look at those? I think that looking at the Peach matchup would be interesting today.
Yeah.
So let me know when they're sent through, and I'll take a look. See. What's your like game plan versus Peach generally?
Oh shit. I like to I like to drill her. I like to nair her when she's in the air. And I like getting running shines, unreactable running shines in close quarters. It's like that's the bread and butter. Shit. Where is this? This was from an online tournament.
Okay. What was the set count?
3-1.
For you?
Sharp.
Oh.
No, for Sharp. I don't beat Sharp. Sharp's like top 10 EU.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the Triff. He's like the
really
Triff
good,
of Europe.
The Triff of Europe. Armada of Sweden is what it's. The Armada of Sweden. Okay. I'll send you.
Just send me the full set, and we'll take it from there. And then, like, just tell me which games we want to watch.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make this simple.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So download, and let me just see here. So 3443. Okay, cool. So is it's top? No, it's 28, then 30, like 2806. They're in order, right?
2806, 3052, 3343, and 3634 is the order.
Okay, cool. So they are ordered.
They are in order.
Wonderful. Okay, so.
Oh, I love how it does that now. That's good. Discord used to be all over the place with files.
Yeah, I much prefer this too. So, talk to me. Which game do you want to start with? First game?
Yeah, Battlefield for sure.
Sure.
I mean, I've worked on this matchup a little bit because I struggled with Whittle a bit for a while. But I still think versus really good peaches, I feel like I get exposed, and versus bad peaches, I just win because I'm Fox.
Okay, gotcha.
You know?
Yeah, no, I know the feeling. So, we've got drills, we've got... Oh, wow, okay, so Sharp is, like, all over you.
Yep. Crazy Peach.
Yeah, very, like, this... He's already started extremely aggressively. So, when Peach is smothering you, what's the game plan?
I think what I should be doing more here is go to Plats. I think when I'm getting destroyed, grounded on the grounded level, I should be trying to go to Plats, like get away rather than just try to win when I'm consistently losing.
Okay, makes sense.
Because Peach, like her like upwards velocity or like her upwards acceleration is so slow. She can't really catch me for going to Plats.
Well, the other thing I'd point out here is that, like, so her upwards velocity is so slow.
Not acceleration or whatever. I don't know.
No, that's fine. And, like, whatever word. But knowing that she committed to this back air and we jump over her. Do you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so we need to be a little bit more mindful of that. So I would say that, like, one thing that I'm noticing already that's like missing from your game plan in general is we're not getting under her very much when she doesn't have her float, and looking for up smash or up tilt into up air for kill.
Yeah.
Like, that's a huge area that, like, I think that could make a big difference. Because, yeah, if we're not, like, threatening to kill her, like, that was good. That was really good. But, like, if we're not, like, threatening her with our most devastating tools, then, yeah, like, it makes her life easy because she doesn't have to worry about them. Like, I know that, like, it feels like going for stuff like up smash and up air, like, is super bad. Like, it's like, it feels like so bad because, like, she can, like, punish them or, like, she might be playing around them. But it is important for her to be playing around them, otherwise...
Yeah, she needs to have the option. Like, the option in the back of her head. If she knows, okay, this guy, oh, he'll never run up smash me. I can just threaten hitboxes. I never need to, like, worry about him, like, that running into my space, you know? I get that.
Oh, yeah. And this is the other thing. We would have gotten the edge here first, like, 10 out of 10 times, right?
Yeah, but here, yeah, my thought process is I just want to get back to stage. I don't want to die.
I know, but if we take the edge here, that's like, he's killed himself. So that's another thing. Peach puts herself out of position a lot because of the way that she works as a character. Because she's slow. Like, because she's slow and has to kind of position preemptively, we want to be using that as much as, like, possible. Like, this to me was a back air. To, like, knock her away, force her to, like, fall to the edge or up B, and then we do the shine spike, right? Because we can just, like, keep her away. All we have to do is keep her from this. So, I think that with this, from what I'm seeing so far, what we're missing is some matchup structure. So, like, specifically, how do we, like, pressure her when she's in advantage, and how do we look for kill moves? And how do we, like, get combos started? Because I haven't really seen much of in terms of, like, punish from you. So basically, like, we need, like, it's just like, okay, so this is, I see, gotcha. So you wanted to go for wave shines and to, like, push her into the corner. But she's already, like, in the corner, basically. So...
Yeah, I should have. I think it's just like do the first shine, then up tilt. I think here.
Well, what do you think? So you're thinking,
or nair. You could down tilt. You could do a lot of things, actually.
So yeah, let's workshop this a little bit, because I think this is a situation that's worth knowing, because, like, so let's say that
up smash won't kill for sure, like, obviously.
Up smash, I think we can safely rule rule off the table. So from our original starting point here to, like, here, we could shine her again here, but, like, that's gonna put her onto the ledge, so that's out.
What we did, she didn't even go to ledge, she just went off stage, but it didn't lead to anything.
Yeah, so I think that up tilt for, like, turn up tilt for, that makes a lot of sense. Do you know if you can connect the up air at this percent?
Yeah, I might be able to. Yes. My gut tells me yes.
She'd be at 68 afterwards.
I'm not sure that I don't think that counts.
I think it does.
No.
I would actually.
You think it does?
I think it does actually.
What? No. Oh, no. He can't be that broken.
What do you want to bet that it kills?
Bet. Bet a dollar.
Bet $1? Okay, I will refund you $1 if I'm wrong. But I'm like, I bet that this kills. So let's set this to Peach. Remember, he's holding like down into the side, like he's holding like here for this. So Fox up tilt. Okay, so then from here, like from up here, she's at what, 68? And then we're hitting her with what, up air?
Up air.
Yeah, like hit 2. We'll add 5% to her because of the first hit, but we'll subtract 1 for staling. This looks like very dead to me.
Yeah.
This looks like Omega dead to me.
Oh my god! I didn't even realize I could kill her this early.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And the thing is, she's holding this way because how else is she getting like for her to DI here, she has to be trying to like DI away. Like think about the input she's like you're holding, right? Like this ties back to that physical side that we've been working on.
Yeah.
Like this is down and away. So like her, if it's not here, like on the initial up tilt, like gotcha. So this is gotcha. So I've never actually used the save things, but I'm starting to realize how they work here. That's fine. But from this floor position, if she's holding here, like if she's holding down and side, like she goes off at like somewhere between these trajectories.
Yeah.
And like with where she finishes after getting up tilted here, like these are very workable. Maybe if she DIs all the way, like maybe if we catch
If she DIs all the way to the side, then I can't get her. Yeah.
But
over there, that's too far.
I feel like we can still get her. It's just not.
I mean, we can like shine, turn around, back air. I would probably do here.
Yeah. Maybe
something like
Nair,
that works.
Maybe like Nair, maybe fair. Maybe we have to take the fair, but like you still see, like it puts her in such a dangerous position, and we're also making it so that she has to hold inwards on future interactions. So then the question becomes, if we know that she's holding like down or in or something like that, what happens if we down tilt there in the future? You know?
Oh, that's up.
Right?
So that's evil. That's not okay.
Well, I agree. This is why this character is so good. The the crazy part is they're also no longer smash DIing away. So that second shine that you wanted to do is so much more. It's like what this is we are creating mix-ups in our combo game that give us like intensely high reward things.
Advantageous mix-ups, yeah.
Yeah, we're not just
we're stacking the deck. Actually, it feels like.
Yeah, and we're starting with the stuff that's like always pretty good, and then okay, so this is just up throw up air placement. So what did we do? What happened? What did we do wrong here? Like, what could we have done better?
Let me see. What are we doing?
So this is up throw up air.
Yeah.
So where did we have to like position our jump?
We had to. I mean, I think part of it is just I should dash and then instead of because I did it with like I did it full drift, so there I have way less control of my drift, right? Like if you go back.
Yeah.
If I
yeah,
get
just
this,
happens here.
Get this grab, I should dash here. I think when I see the DI to the side. I dash, shield stop, and then I can jump after. I think is the right way to, because then I can drift, like cover her drift, you know.
So I'm just gonna make a note here that this is like because their DI input is somewhere here and here. This kind of like sends her up like between here and here, which is up air, and then this kind of influences her to like hold this way or to like this way in this range in the future. Which then sets up other other stuff.
Yeah, but up tilt is my main one, right? Like that's what I've been gathering, from just like not just this, but like in general. I do some up tilt stuff in this game, but also because it's such like a much better player, I feel like I get to the point where I'm like, I just need the up smash. I just want the damage, right? Like, I can't afford to mess up my punish, but that's like not a very sustainable way to think about the game.
Right. So the other thing I'd kind of note is that Fox's up air hits in two blobs. Like you've got the red one, which would be like the first hit, and this orange one, which is the one we want, which is the second hit. And this is assuming he's facing this way, because his bigger leg is always the one that happens in the direction he's facing. I think. So yeah. Yeah, because it happens on his right side, and then his, like, the second one happens after. So we need to make sure that, like, when we're doing these up airs, that the opponent is more aligned with the middle of our body. So realistically, we want Fox to be, like, somewhere around here, and drifting this way. Like, this would, like, if once you flip upside down, like, these would be your hairs, these would be your legs. You want to be about, like, this kind of, like, this is Peach, this is you. You want to be like kind of like with this and moving this way. Yeah, that's kind of the key to like up through up air with her. With any character where you don't true combo, because this means that you're like trying to overlap the part of their body with that has the like you're trying to overlap the big leg with the with their body as you're like drifting into them, and with here you're slightly off. Like you can see what I mean, right? Because you'll see. Like, you're a little off to the side. You're already on this side of her, but you wanted to be over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In fact, that's actually a really good shot. I'm gonna save that one.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to be like, instead of being here, we want to be here. Because if we shift over like this way, because this is the trajectory you're moving at, which is the same in either case, we want the rings to be like here, relatively speaking. This is what makes it difficult for her to get out. Because you see how you caught her jump? Now imagine if your legs were in the right spot.
Yeah.
So, I know that this is
I was planning for that nair again, but it wasn't low enough, and I think I've been doing a bit more, like, in general, of the, like, nair shield dash back stuff, which I think is really fun. And it's part of what I've been doing with, like, the nair on shield, the whole stuff we've been working on.
So weirdly enough, she's actually the best character in the game at dealing with that stuff.
Yeah.
Because she can float out of shield into auto-cancel aerials and attack you. So, like, see what I mean? Like, these aren't even, like, float cancels. Oh my gosh, she's so aggressive. Yeah. Jesus. Wow. Okay, yeah, this guy's real good. But what I'm getting at though is, the big thing about, oh wait, so this is not the right Pokemon state. Yeah, this one first. What I'm getting at though is that like structurally, you probably dropped about 2 kills that you had no business in dropping. So that's another spot for up tilt, I think. When you see them like hold this far this way, I would always up tilt them. Why do you think that I'm going to suggest that? Like look at how this combo starts. I think when you see that the smash DI input that he does, I'm going to suggest we always up tilt here when you see that. Yeah. Why am I going to suggest that?
Because, well, first off, it's the best thing to do at this percent anyway is up tilt, and it's harder for me to follow up with anything else than up tilt when they smash down like that.
There's that, and so there's 2 things at play here. So first of all, let's think about stick move positions, because this is like another great example of how we can use that stick position knowledge that we're building to our advantage. So in order for him to do the smash DI input that he did, he's probably, like, assuming this is the middle of our controller, he probably had to do something like this, right? Something in like this area. Probably like point stick here and then like shake in this area, because that looked like a pretty intense Smash DI input. So with that in mind, I think we can probably like make a pretty reasonable assumption that his stick is somewhere like over here, like somewhere in this general area, right? So if we up tilt, which hits this way, and he's holding this way, then he's just going to get popped up anyhow, right?
Yeah.
Right. So then we just get to do up airs. And the cool thing is even if he goes this way, which would be the other like option with up tilt trajectory ranges, he's then just going off stage. Like,
you can like nair it.
Yeah, you can nair it. You can go off stage. You could probably run under him and up tilt him because he can't drift off stage forever because he's Peach. You could potentially jump and shine him to like keep him low. You've got a lot of power like in your combo routes here. And we know that there's a lot of power available to us because with this spot and with the constraints of his DIs, we almost certainly just get up airs here. So again, we're just applying that knowledge we have about like stick positions, percents. Like we're bringing it all together on this, which is I think really, which is I think that's going, when you start putting all of it together, that's going to be when you start realizing that that's when you're going to, the consistency issues you've been like making a note of, I think that some of those are going to disappear because you're right. Like when you're trying to apply these concepts, but they're not like being applied to the right game state, they are going to create some inconsistencies here and there in like friendlies and stuff. I think in tournaments you probably play a little more conservatively because everyone does. But this is kind of like where these things start to like mesh because it's using knowledge of percent, physical limitations of their DI, all of that working together in tandem is what makes these plays super powerful.
Yeah.
And also matchup.
Uses they, by the way.
Oh, sorry, they use they? My bad.
Yeah.
I did not realize
No
that.
problem.
Sorry, Sharb. I didn't know, but I can work with they. So yeah, they're like super scary. I will say that like this whole sequence was really well done. I'm glad that you aimed your up B the way you did. What do you think we could have done better here? What is the goal of this? What is the goal of this edge guard position? Like, what are we trying to do?
The goal is to like, well, okay. From what I know of the theoretical matchup, the goal is to not let her go to ledge.
Why?
Because her going to ledge is a no. Wait, no. I'm doing it wrong. It's to not let her go to stage for free, is the thing. So either if you take her to ledge because her ledge options are really bad, right? It's like ledge is not the worst thing, but and if you get to like damage her a bit when she's going down, that's a good thing. But if you let her just get back for free, then you lost a situation where she's not favored.
Agreed. So let's start like organizing some distances. So what point at what spot does your if she's anywhere in this area, you can just shine her, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So like running shine has a distance of about here because like it kind of becomes bigger the further she's off. Okay.
When you run off, yeah.
The other thing that's worth noting about Peach, conceptually, is that when we occupy her time, like if she just like stays floating here, right? When she comes in, she's coming like Sharb is they're coming in at an angle, right? They're coming in like this. They're not coming in like this when they're in the umbrella. No. They're coming in like this, like they slope downwards.
Yeah. They're sloping into our back air range.
Right. So we can represent that too as their ledge grab zone, can't we? So like their ledge, like it's a gentle slope, but it is meaningful. So it's probably something like this, right?
Yeah, unless they close the umbrella, of course.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming that they have the umbrella open. Because really when they close the umbrella, like them closing the umbrella just means they're still following this line. It's just that they've reduced their like height or relationship to it.
Yeah.
But that is a good observation. So, the way I look at it is this section here where we can just run off and shine them, and this area here where they're dead because we can hog them, everything we are doing is about knocking them into this spot, or like trying to force them into this spot. There's one more spot, although we're not at the right percent for it quite yet, that is also somewhat important. What do you think it is? Where is my ruler? Did I get rid of it? Okay, we're just gonna make it a project.
A spot here that is important that we haven't gotten to.
Yeah. So there's one more spot, although it's drawing it's kind of difficult. But we need another like 8-ish% on her before, like another 10-ish% on her before we can really play for it.
Oh, up air.
Yeah.
Bring her. Yeah.
So like if she's all the way up here, this is the other money spot, isn't it? And like this one moves a little bit depending on her damage. Like maybe this would be where we need her at like 62. And then like if she's at like 70, this is where it would be. But you see what I mean, right? Like there's the there's the vertical kill line as well that we also want to be mindful of. So the way I view the Edgeguard here is we are mainly interested in controlling the space between these 2 points, because these are points where we can just checkmate her, and if she goes any higher, then this is also lethal for her if we take the risk and go for like the up air here. So with that in mind, what do you think we should be? What do you think when we see Peach coming in at this angle? There are 2 goals that I can see that make a lot of sense for us to play to. What do you think those 2 goals are?
Well, I think the first goal is what I mentioned before, the not letting her just get back to stage. Yeah, that was an up tilt. Fuck. That would have worked too.
But you see, she's gone into she's gone into the shine zone. Yeah,
I could have shined.
She's like she's dead 10 times out of 10 here with no recourse because she's used her jump and her float. If we take the shine here.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter what percent she's at. So I agree that your up tilt. Oh, I just knocked my headphones out. Okay, can you still hear me? Rich? Oh, Rich, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. I knocked my headphones out accidentally. My hand moved. But what I was going to say is the thing about that up tilt is that while the up tilt is like super powerful, I don't even know if it might kill her, but we are still creating an opportunity for her to have counterplay by smash DIing the up air. The shine just gets rid of her.
Yep, for sure. Yeah. Shine is probably the best case. That could have been juicy.
I really like how Sharp is doing defense in this matchup. Yeah. So this was a timing thing. Yeah. They also had some gnarly smash DI on it. So like
it was good smash DI, but I still think if I hit it the right way, then.
Oh yeah. But here's my question: since we've unlocked up smash as a kill move, could we just be going for up smash more liberally when she's above us?
The edge guard? Yeah, for sure. We could. I'm just scared of getting faired for the most part.
How on earth does she ever fair you in this position?
In this position?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Like when she's not in float, she's way more vulnerable.
Ah, yes. So that is a key thing of this matchup. When she has her float, we have to treat these edge guards and like her position very, very, very differently. We don't want to commit to anything that like restricts our timing. So knowing that she has her float here, something I would strongly recommend. We're at how far into the match? Okay, so this is on this stock, right? Yeah, so it's on this side of the stage. Cool. So knowing that she has her float here, I wouldn't even necessarily be like landing on, like I'm not sure I would even commit to this double jump necessarily. I might just take the edge and then like ledge hop onto the stage. Ledge dash onto the stage, or even just try to land on stage. because with her like having float here, what we want to do is we want to force her into a lower place in a spot where we can react to it, because once she like drops her float, then she has to use her double jumper up or her up B to come back. But as long as she doesn't have, but as long as she's floating at stage height, she doesn't have to do either of those things. You know what I mean? That's why why they're That's why Sharb, they're floating at this height, because what their whole concern here, and I'm gonna save this and give this to you because this is an important one, but this is also a very important one. I'm glad that we're covering so many of these. Because this is like a lot. I know this is very specialized matchup stuff, but she's kind of weird in general. So I'm kind of.
Yeah, I don't think it's that specialized though, because this kind of stuff happens all the time.
Yeah, and it happens in other matches. So we're gonna do the stage on a bit of a slant here because of the camera, but we can agree that with where Peach's ECB is, she's probably like technically around here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And the stage line being here, so yeah, she's like lined up to be able to grab it because the edge grab boxes are like around here, kind of. Cool.
Yep.
Cool. So our entire goal with this position, we're not actually trying to hit her. Like if you're here, and like as Fox, he has a beak. I don't know why, but I don't know why. I've ruined this, but it's fine. We're just gonna roll with it. So as Fox, as Fox here. Your entire goal is to use your jumps and your jump trajectories, like whatever they be, like whether it involves double jump, whether it grabs the edge. All we are trying to do is push her below about here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I am trying to do with the jump. I'm trying to make her drop down, and then I can grab ledge. But obviously, it didn't work out like that.
you needed to fast fall.
Yeah. But
like,
I mean, I don't think my idea is like the worst thing, but I think landing on stage in this exact position is probably better. Yeah,
landing on stage is better because the thing that we're opening ourselves up to, like, okay, so there's pros and cons here. So the reason I like landing on stage more is because I'm assuming that we are going to fast fall here 10 out of 10 times, so we'd already be on stage, and then we can just run off and shine her here, right? Or we can like play to try to threaten her, like we can play to threaten the edge grab. If you do the fast fall though and grab the edge as she's coming up with this double jump, your play is stronger. The reason I don't like this play is because it gives her the option to do this, which is what she has a timing mini game. She can play with your cliff weight frames, which is what Sharp wound up doing. So that's good on them. Like, that's a good play on their side. But we could have avoided this by fast falling, like, much sooner. But then by fast falling, we have to commit to this edge grab pretty early. But, I mean, if you know what you're doing, then this is a really strong play because it's basically the same benefits as landing on stage, but you have the added bonus of the legend tangibility. So I would say that your play makes a ton of sense. I would just say that, like, we need to be like much more decisive about going for this if we're gonna go for it.
Right. So you think fast fall is the play here every time?
I would say like, okay, so with how complicated her recovery is, it's really hard to say every time, but I would say a very large chunk of the time, especially if that's the type of play that you're interested in doing, it makes like there's no reason not to. The one concern I have with fast fall is if they see that if they think you're gonna do it, because you can't really change gears if you used your double jump, it kind of gives her the option to just umbrella. Like if she goes for umbrella, she just kind of anti-airs you, which is again part of why it's hard to say never say never. Like it's hard to say just like always do anything versus her because she's a very deep character. But. Yeah, but even then, like, that can be fast fall and then land on stage can be a really good counter to the umbrella, because if she's expecting you to, like, go to the edge and you don't, and you land on stage and she's, like, whiffs the anti-air, well, then you just get a free shiner up smash on her anyway. So there's kind of, like, additional systems at play here, but I would say that, like, the main goal is to, like, you have the right idea with the main goal, but we need to, like, use our timings more effectively.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I like that you went for that.
I mean, I felt like it was just it was like it made sense to try. if I get it, it's like nice. Now I can get back in the game.
Okay, but here's a thing, and this is gonna sound like such cheese, and it is, but this is fine. So
I mean that's China's cheese as well. So
think
it's
of it
not
that
like-
think of Peach in this position. I know it's like really goofy to like think of this combo as like a thing we actually play for, but what happens if we up B here?
I mean, we can hit her.
Yeah,
For Sakurai angle.
yeah, like
Oh, like this? Oh yeah.
because
Are you
we
talking about like
because
that? Yeah.
yeah, because like the thing is that okay, so we up B, she has to go all the way over here and then up B or like whatever to get back on stage, like with her umbrella, and if we just aim for the part of her umbrella that she doesn't cover, that doesn't protect the back of her, we can very easily up air to like up B up air her, or up B.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that cheesy. It makes sense, like in terms of like, getting something out of a bad position, leveraging a bad position when you're already behind.
Or even if we were ahead, like this would still make sense because like with her, like her hitbox when she's coming back, like with her umbrella, is she's got this thing above her here that protects her, but the entire rest of her body, like this whole area, is a target.
Yeah.
So like we just aim the fox at the target. Like if Fox is like firing up here, we have here, here almost. Like we have so many spots on her that we can aim for. So I know it sounds like the fact that her umbrella doesn't cover much of her body or like much of her in general, it is one of her recovery's weaknesses. So we want to play to that where possible, because like going for that shine, it's the same, like the reason that this shine could have worked is the same idea. It's because her umbrella, like it's just coming in at an angle.
It wouldn't defend her from the side.
Exactly. But and then it's just happened that like, yeah, like we just went for something that was a little, that kind of like $8 options to go for it. But yeah, like this could have easily, like I could easily see this working. I have a feeling let's close on this game where you win, but like the structure is like here. Like the basic ideas are here. We just need to like put them together with some glue. And I think that with what we've gone over, there should be a bit more of like an understanding of what that glue is and what the purpose of it is. What do you think? Like how are you feeling about this?
Yeah. I think so. I think Peach's recovery is kind of, it feels like a bit of a mystery, but I do think we've been pretty niche with it today. And that's fine. Not everything needs to be like the most earth-shattering, mind-bending, But I think it's interesting. Yeah, I think I have some new ideas versus Peach. Hope I get to play Peach soon.
Yeah, I would try to play against Sharp if you can in a session, like after you've like implemented some of these ideas, because I think that you'd be surprised at how well you do against them, or like at how some of these maybe like you don't win the games, but like I think that you could probably keep up better. And I think one of the things that out of these diagrams, the one I really want to stress, the two I really want to stress, the edge guarding one. The edge guarding ones are, I think, in the middle ones. The edge guarding ones I think are the really key ones, because they give you the most bang for your buck, sort of. Because I think that, like, let me just take a look at this last stock again, because I think we see like similar ideas being like played out here. So let's see here. They've got the turnip, cool. You come back, knock them into the air, nice. Yep, lasers, drills.
Try to bait the dash attack.
Never get cute with your nair trajectories. Like if once you hit this nair, you just go for the next hit. Don't try to like be fancy. Just nair them again or like up air them.
Okay.
Or bear is fine, but like never be cute with it. Like
I'm trying. You know me.
I know, but like, okay. So this would be this would be an example of like where having the float differentiates what she can do, because because she can float above your back air here, you can't commit into this. Like, grabbing the edge here was actually limited you a lot because it took away some of your edge guarding height. So I would say that, like, as a general rule of thumb, double jumping here so you can get the maximum height and threaten her for going up here, that's very strong, but you always want to land on stage if she still has her float, because you don't want to give her the option to go above you. Because this just limits you too much. So this is like a key distinction, like, you know, a key situation to watch for, whether or not she's off with her float or not with her float, because that's the type of stuff that we're like kind of like, yeah. That's a super key one. I would say that dynamic also applies to Jigglypuff somewhat, because Jigglypuff, her initial jumps are much bigger than her last ones. So not like whether you allow her to go above you when you grab the edge, that's a huge, like, that can be a huge like loss for power.
That makes sense. I was a bit too eager to grab ledge there.
It also applies to Marth, funnily enough, because Marth has his side B that floats. So if you allow him to like go over, like jump and go over your like ledge hop bear with his side B, then that can also be like a pretty crippling mistake with edge guarding as well. But yeah, it's not this, like, a lot of this is just Peach has like 2 recovery resources, so there's a lot that goes into, like, if she has her double jump, it's kind of like she's not that much of a problem. But if she has her float and her double jump, her float kind of acts as like a stabilizer that prevents her from losing height. So you can't stall her the way you can a normal character. But then once she loses her float, then you can, and it's more effective because her double jump is slow and her up B drains itself if she's in place off stage.
Yeah.
This was really well played.
Thank you.
Like, the vertical kills were really, really well played, and I bet if I were a betting man, you do best on Yoshi's Story and Pokemon Stadium against her, don't you?
Definitely Pokemon.
Okay.
Yoshi's, yes, but like sometimes I get blown up.
Okay. Yeah. Because I'm noticing that, like, you are in your element. You are most comfortable versus her in general when you have access to vertical kill. So really what we're doing is, what this stuff will help you with, the way I'd look at this is, this will give you strength when you don't have access to those things as readily because of the stage.
The edge guarding flowchart.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Because, like, what you need right now is you need ways of killing her in the other directions, and the edge guarding flowchart, even like the understanding of her combo inputs and how you can abuse those, that will help you get the damage you need to like put her away with those edge guards when you have to just kill her with back air at 130 or something. So yeah, that's what I would place my focus on with her specifically. And I think you'll find ways that this like ties in with other stuff, but I won't spoil it all. But best of luck. You got this.
Yeah. What do you think we're doing next time? Is there anything?
I don't really know. I don't really know what to do. I don't really know where to push your gameplay next time yet. Honestly, like you're doing really well. I don't usually expect people to go this quickly. So
that's such a nice thing. What? That's crazy.
I mean, it makes it it's great. It also makes it very difficult for me to know where to me to send you. Yeah. So if you have any ideas between now and then, like there's going to be 2 weeks. So next Monday, if you want to like send me a note and tell me what you're thinking of, we can like in touch base and
100%.
Like,
I just think it's very interesting. I mean, I have played for such a long time that I think like I will take a bit easier to some of these concepts than most people, and I've touched on a lot of this. It's just I don't have it ingrained or planned out in any sort of way.
Well, then I'm gonna challenge you to next week, come up by next Monday, tell me what you want to work on, and like tell me some ideas you have on what you want to work on, and I'll strategize for our next session so that we can make sure that we can use that most effectively. Sound good?
Sick. Sounds great. See ya.
All right, later, Rich.
Later.